Okay guys, here's the modified master bath 3D view. It's kind of tough to look at it in this angle, so I'll change it to this way. So this is our glass wall, and this is where the floor to ceiling cabinet was. That was 18 wide. So I'm not a big fan of putting a vanity cabinet like number 26 and 28 would be. These would be the sink cabinets tight against the wall. So when it's just too close, unless we make it 3 feet wide. When you're brushing your teeth, your elbow will be hitting the wall. So that's why I put a small drawer stack here. It's a foot wide. And same thing over here. This is a foot wide. But since this is a glass wall, we're 4 inches away. And then this back wall is 105, what you have it framed out at. So drawer stack on the far left, far right, drawer stack in the middle, number 27, and these are vanity cabinets. So if we don't like these drawer stacks, we could make these vanity cabinets, just combine 25 and 26 and 28 and 29. But let me know what you think about that and what you would want to do. And then I can just change that real quick, I guess. If we did something like this. But those are pretty wide vanity cabinets. Yeah, 37 inches. Or maybe let's make this center cabinet. And those are 31. So from center, because a typical minimum distance is 16 inches from the wall to the center of the sink. So we have that now. Looking at cabinet number 25, center position from left, 17 3/8. So we're getting close. But let me know if you want to do 3 cabinets, I guess, or 5 cabinets for the master. And then the kitchen, some changes here. So first thing, looking at, let's see if I can find it. Yeah, okay, the sketch here with the hood, that's fine. We can do that. And raising this cabinet to 108. Let's look at the hood wall. So there's a limitation with the cabinet program as far as putting that angled hood on there. But essentially it would be curved to look like this. This sketch here. So we'd have that slope, and then this area here would obviously be just smooth, or a slab piece. It would not be panelized like this. A transition piece with a piece of molding here. And let me know if you want, if you're being literal with some corbels underneath. But there'd be a transition piece here, and then this would be panelized. And I'd have to get the angle on this, and then we'd have a little triangular shaped piece at the top to tie into the ceiling. So this corner cabinet, it used to be an L-shaped cabinet, but in order to do that, we have crown molding at the top of this cabinet. So in reality, this one isn't that accurate because I'd have to bring this side out. It's about 3 inches further than the face of this cabinet, which would give a place for this crown molding to die into. Same thing on this side. And then I added about a foot to this cabinet here to go above, and then crown molding up here. So the top of the crown is going to touch the ceiling right here and then slowly walk away because of the vaulted ceiling. And then this side over here, we raise this, and there obviously are no glass panels above that from the sketch. Where was it? Yes, assuming that this meant glass doors. Yeah, glass panel. I just don't like the look of dropping down. I want these upper glass doors to flow, being at the same elevation. It won't look good, excuse me, cutting this off and putting a glass door here. So, and we can call this one copy number 2, where I just increase the height of cabinets 7 and 8 to the same as this corner cabinet. And this is what Judy has. Her bottom cabinet was 48, and then another foot tall cabinet on top. But it's just this is more natural to the eye that it flows across instead of dropping down. And then I made this and I would probably just build this wall and wrap it, because there'll be a slab panel on the side, and then inside here this will be panelized, and this slab panel here that I can just rip down a bunch of plywood and build a little wall, because if we build a 2x4 wall and then we wrap it, it's just tough to have with wallboard and lumber that's going to twist to have real accurate measurements when we put those two panels together, because we need a nice tight 1/8 inch reveal. But that way, I'm assuming when you said sockets on the inside, you put a couple electrical sockets right here. And then with your refrigerator cabinet, let's go back to, I think it was up. So height of the top of the door, 70 1/4. Okay, I always do 72 1/2 to the bottom of this cabinet here. 1/2 inch thick flooring, that's just a standard. And then the width of your fridge is 36, okay. And then this is a 37 inch wide cabinet. That's just what I do all the time. And then depth less the door, 32. So what I'm assuming is number 19, you would want deeper. That fridge leg, which is this guy here. So if we just, right now that's 25 1/2. So the deepest, you guys probably are getting a really deep fridge. From the very back of the fridge to the very front of the handle is probably about 3 feet, because we're doing one right now and we're making this fridge like 28 inches. Because we need to make sure that when you open the door, it doesn't bind on this fridge leg. And if we come out any further, typically it doesn't look good, but you have a standalone fridge, so we may be able to get away with it. So if you want this fridge leg to come out truly to 32, we can do that. But I just want to make sure that that's not right on that joint of the door and the side of the fridge where it's going to bind. So you can kind of look at that and put a tape on it and see the maximum that we can get away with. Okay, we'll call this copy number 2. This idea is copy number 1. I think number 2 looks better. It's not so broken up as far as the up, down with all these cabinet heights. But let me know what you think of that and get back to me. And if you want to change it again, let me know. This is for you guys. I don't mind changing it. Thank you.